Welcome to Vintage Vehicle X-Ray. Why the Dodge Dart lasted so long begins with something very simple. It never tried too hard to be fashionable. It did not depend on one wild engine, one flashy body line, or one brief moment of youth culture to survive. The Dart lasted because it kept making sense. It was the kind of car people could buy with a clear head and then keep for years with real affection. It could be plain or sporty, cheap or surprisingly well-trimmed, fitted with a Slant Six or a V8, used by a young driver, a family man, a school teacher, or a salesman who wanted one car to do almost everything. That sort of usefulness is powerful. It may not always look glamorous in the moment, but over time, it creates loyalty. And loyalty, more than fashion, is what kept the Dodge Dart alive on American roads for so many years. That is what made the Dart important. The name first appeared for the 1960 model year, and in North America, the Dart lasted through 1976. It changed size and role along the way, but the most important part of the story began in 1963, when Dodge turned the Dart into a compact car and gave it the form that would carry it for the rest of its life. From then on, the Dart became one of Chrysler's most dependable answers to everyday American driving. It was not just another entry in a showroom catalog. It was a durable piece of the market, surviving against the Ford Falcon, Chevrolet Nova, and later the Maverick, while many other names came and went. Dodge kept it because buyers kept understanding it, and that kind of long understanding is never accidental. It is earned. People are at the center of that endurance. The Dart was bought by ordinary Americans who wanted room without excess, economy without humiliation, and simple engineering they or their local mechanic could live with. Young people drove swingers because they looked lively without costing a fortune. Parents bought four-door sedans because they fit the family budget and still looked respectable in the driveway. Mechanics liked the space under the hood and the familiar Chrysler components. Factory workers built them year after year because Chrysler knew the car still had a place. Dealers appreciated a model that could be sold to almost anybody. In that way, the Dart became less a specialty car than a neighborhood car. You saw them at schools, grocery stores, apartment lots, and church parking areas. That sort of constant presence builds memory in a very deep way. The design helped it do that. When the compact Dart arrived for 1963, its 111-inch wheelbase gave it more rear legroom than the smaller Valiant and the old Lancer, while still keeping the body manageable. Then came the important redesign for 1967. That restyle cleaned away the older early 60s look and gave the Dart a trimmer, sharper shape with crisper lines and a more modern face. By then, the Dart looked exactly like what many buyers wanted: straightforward, tidy, and just stylish enough. The swinger hardtop that appeared later brought a little flair to the line without turning it into a circus act. Even in 1976, the Dart still looked honest. It did not pretend to be futuristic. It looked like a car made to be used, which is often the kind of styling that survives the longest. The way Dodge built the Dart also mattered. This was Chrysler engineering aimed at the broad middle of American life. The compact Dart sat on the corporation's A-body platform, sharing much with the Plymouth Valiant while keeping its own Dodge identity. The company could build it efficiently, update it gradually, and offer many combinations of body style, trim, and power without redesigning the whole idea every few years. That manufacturing discipline is one of the big reasons the Dart lasted. Dodge did not chase novelty for its own sake. It kept refining a sensible package. By the mid-70s, Dodge brochures were openly calling the Dart a value car and one of America's success stories. In 1976, the brochure claimed nearly 1.65 million current owners, which tells you the Dart had become not just a model, but a familiar part of the national landscape. That kind of installed trust is hard to throw away. There was also a historic moment that helped shape the Dart's legend. In 1968, Dodge created the Hemi Dart, a limited drag racing special that showed just how much hidden potential the compact body could carry. Only a small number were built, and they were never ordinary street cars in spirit. But the point was powerful. Here was the same basic Dart shape, proving it could live at both ends of the automotive world. It could be a practical commuter with a Slant Six, and it could also become one of the most memorable compact drag machines of its era. That contrast mattered. Even people who never wanted a Hemi Dart could feel a little glow from knowing the family car in the driveway shared some bloodline with that outlaw-looking machine. It gave the Dart range an extra kind of credibility. Daily use, though, is where the real answer lies. The Dart lasted because it fit into life well. Dodge literature for the 70s described it as big enough for most families, yet small enough to fit into a small garage, a small parking space, and almost any pocketbook. That was not empty advertising language. It was a clear summary of the car's place in the world. The Dart could carry 6 passengers in many versions, swallow groceries or luggage in a respectable trunk, and still avoid the bulk and thirst of a larger American sedan. When rising fuel costs and crowded roads made excess feel less attractive, the Dart suddenly looked even wiser. It was not tiny, but it was manageable. Not luxurious, but not stripped of dignity. It hit a sweet spot that many manufacturers spend years trying to find for American buyers who simply wanted a dependable companion. Inside, the Dart helped explain its appeal further. By the 70s, buyers could have a simple bench seat sedan, a swinger hardtop, or a Dart Sport coupe with a more personal feel. The brochures showed color-keyed interiors, all vinyl seating in many trims, optional wood grain touches, radio choices, and enough room for real adults. In 1970, Dodge called the Swinger one compact that did not slight you on looks, comfort, or extras. By 1976, the Dart Sport brochure spoke about room and comfort for 5, a big trunk, and a fold-down rear seat on some versions that turned the car into a practical cargo carrier. None of this was exotic. That was the point. The interior made buyers feel they were not settling for less. They were choosing sensibly, without surrendering all pleasure. The specifications also tell the story. Through its life as a compact, the Dart could be ordered as a 2-door or 4-door sedan, hardtop, convertible in the early years, wagon in the earlier compact generation, later as a swinger hardtop or Dart Sport coupe. Engines ranged from Chrysler's durable Slant Six family to small block and even big block V8s in selected high-performance versions. In the early compact years, the Slant Six came in 170 and 225 cubic inch forms. Later, a 198 joined the list. The V8 options gave buyers more urge, but the 6-cylinder engines, especially the 225 Slant Six, became part of the car's long-lived reputation. The Dart was flexible enough to satisfy people who wanted thrift and people who wanted a little punch. That flexibility is part of why it endured. Compared with its rivals, the Dart had a very useful personality. The Ford Falcon was important and honest, but it faded earlier. The Chevrolet Nova stayed strong and deserves real respect. Yet the Dart often felt just a little more stubbornly practical, especially in six-cylinder form. When the Maverick arrived in 1970 as another compact answer to changing times, the Dart did not vanish. It simply kept going, helped by years of familiarity and a broad set of loyal buyers. That comparison matters. Lasting a long time is not only about being best in one dramatic way. It is about being good enough, sensible enough, and trusted enough that people do not feel an urgent need to replace you. The Dart mastered that quiet kind of success. The engine story is actually the shortest part here. In simple terms, the Dart lasted because Chrysler gave it engines that matched its purpose. The Slant Six, especially the 225, became famous for durability, easy torque, and a willingness to keep working without much fuss. V8 versions added stronger performance for buyers who wanted more excitement, but the heart of the Dart's long life was the dependable six-cylinder everyday car. It started, pulled, cruised, and endured in a way ordinary families came to trust. Why did the Dart stay alive all the way to 1976? Because by then, it had become something more valuable than a trend. It had become a known quantity. Dodge could still sell it as a value car. Owners still saw it as affordable, durable transportation. The existing tooling and platform still made business sense, and many buyers preferred a compact that felt familiar instead of experimental. Even as the market changed, the Dart could adapt just enough. Federal safety rules, emissions changes, trim updates, new engines, and shifting tastes all came and went, but the basic car remained understandable. There is real strength in that. A car can survive a very long time if people know what it is and still see where it fits in their lives. Here is one fact worth remembering. In 1976, Dodge itself said the Dart was one of America's great success stories and claimed nearly 1.65 million current owners. That is a remarkable statement because it tells us how deeply the car had settled into ordinary life. The Dart was not just remembered by enthusiasts, it was trusted by a mass audience. And perhaps that is the warmest way to understand it. The Dodge Dart lasted so long because it earned a place not only in the market, but in routine. It was the car people learned in, worked in, loaded up, tuned up, and kept going. It could be a smart little swinger for a young buyer, a sensible sedan for a family, or a slightly quicker compact for someone who still wanted a bit of spirit. It belonged to the age of American practicality, when a car had to justify itself day after day. Here at Vintage Vehicle X-Ray, that is exactly what we love to remember. We look back at vehicles like the Dart to understand how they were built, how they worked, and why people kept them close for so long. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your love of vintage cars, and thank you for helping keep these old stories warm, honest, and alive.